If you're unhappy with your whole team, if you're unhappy with the way your practice is going, if you're unhappy with the direction that everything is headed, then yeah, sister or brother, it's you. Look in the mirror and recognize, are you spending enough time on your practice, or are you engaging in the pursuit of things that you enjoy? Hello there, everybody, and welcome to another episode of your 5-Minute Friday. I'm Dr. Glenn Krieger, your host, and today I want to share with you about looking in the mirror. Now, that was my comment at a recent post when someone in the Orthopreneurs group posted and said, do you ever feel like you want to fire your entire team? Now, we all get frustrated with our team, right? There are times we get frustrated, but not literally with every person on your team. If you got that one or two underperforming team members, you try to deal with them, but if you're finding that legitimately you're looking at your entire team and you're saying, man, I am frustrated. None of them seem to know how to follow directions. None of them know what to do. I make all these policies and systems, and yet they don't follow them. It's a constant stressful reminder of how unhappy I am with my team. If that's how you feel, I will guarantee you 100% that the problem is not your team. The problem is you. Now, you can sit there and you don't know me, Glenn. You don't know anything about me. I'll guarantee you, 31 years of experience, lots of coaching programs, lots of management programs I've been through. I will guarantee you that if you're truly unhappy with the overwhelming majority of your team, the problem is you. It is not your team. You have not spent the time on personal development. You have not spent the time on managing the systems and the policies. You've not spent time on understanding when you need to micromanage and when you need to let go. You've not managed or learned how to oversee policies and systems and give teams direction. Chances are you're checking in with them and telling them what you want them to do and expecting them to do it. And they're probably overwhelmed. And so if you find that, you're really stressed out all the time because of your team, and I'm not talking about somebody who just bought a practice and the whole team is, the previous doctor's team and the visions don't align. But here's some questions I'm going to ask you. And answer them honestly, okay? Because the only person you're fooling is yourself. Have you defined your core values for you and your team? And could every person in your team say them out loud right now without any prodding? Do you have a weekly meeting where you work on a policy and system? You work on your IDS, as Gino Wickman talks about. You talk about all of the places where you can get better and things you're working on. And that your meetings, if you were going to rate them, are a 9.5 or a 10 out of 10. They're running really clearly, really well. You've defined your leadership team and you know who that is. And you have regular meetings with them to talk about leadership issues. And they in turn have regular meetings with the rest of your team. Your policies and systems are well defined and everybody is following them to a T because they're all well trained on it. And best of all, there are consequences to actions. It's not the same person causing the same problem over and over and over again. You know what your goals are for the next year to 3 years, clearly measurable. You know what your goals are for the short term, for 6 months to hit your 1 year and your 3-year goals. And everybody in the organization, at least on the leadership team, knows the rocks that they must solve in order to get to that 6-month mark. Now, the rocks are 90-day rotating boulders or rocks that you're carrying to try to solve. But if that doesn't sound precisely like your organization, then yeah, there's a problem. And it starts with the founder and it starts with the leader. And so if you're unhappy with one or two people, I'm not saying your systems and policies are great. I'm not saying you did everything right. But if you're unhappy with your whole team, if you're unhappy with the way your practice is going, if you're unhappy with the direction that everything is headed, then yeah, sister or brother, it's you. Look in the mirror and recognize, are you spending enough time on your practice, or are you engaging in the pursuit of things that you enjoy? Yeah, I'm leaving the office at 5 o'clock and I'm dealing with the kids, or I'm dealing with a spouse, or I'm dealing with a hobby, and I'm focused on that entirely from, the clock strikes 5:30, and from 5:30 till the time I go to bed, I'm focusing on other things. And yeah, maybe every now and then you're dropping some time into the practice here and there, but are you really focused on the practice the way you need to? Are you giving your team the love, the kindness, the awareness, the time, the energy, the training, the management, the leadership that they require? And if you're not, you got nobody to blame but yourself. And that's all I'm saying. So again, reach out to me if you have any questions. I'm always here to help in any way I can. But if your team is that miserable, if you're that miserable with your team, chances are it's not your team. Chances are it's the person in the mirror. And it's not a judgment call. I'm just telling you because I've been there. I know what it's like. I've had times when my practice was really well run, like clockwork. And boy, let me tell you, my stress levels were low. And there were times when my stress levels were high. And guess what wasn't happening? I wasn't spending the time I needed to. So hopefully this helps you out tremendously. Wishing you a great day, and let me know if there's anything you need.